yes, he's having to wear the Elizabethan collar still because he tries to lick his wound and he's healing, and we don't want to cause any issues there. It's been raining here, so everything's wet, but Barry doesn't mind water. He hates this thing. He tries to get it off all the time. Unsuccessfully so far. No, once he did, actually, early on, and I had to make it fit a little better. But do you see how much energy he has now? He's feeling better, and I just had to share this with you all. I'm just so happy that he's better. Oh, it's windy, so I apologize for the noise. I'll try to block it. Hi, giddies. Hi, babies. Hi, chicks. Hi, chicks. Hi, chicks. That's a thistle. Yes, I propagate them. I want it here. I consider them decorative. I know to a lot of people they're scary looking, but I love them so much. Okay, guineas. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. They don't like this collar on Barry. It's freaking them out. Okay. Hi, goats. Hi, goats. Hi, goats. Well, I'm doing... First of all, hi, everyone. I'm really glad to see you. It's Friday the 13th. I don't know that that means much, but I know that a lot of folks are kind of bummed out right now. If you watch the news especially, or if you go to the store or get out of the house at all, it can be a little scary in some places. I know this. I had to go to the store myself recently, and people are acting like madmen and women. All the toilet paper's gone, all the paper towels are gone, and I just needed normal, a couple rolls of this and that, and I guess people think things are going to get so bad that the grocery stores are all going to close down, and so they're just paranoid, and I don't think that we have to worry about anything like that, but anyway, I know that a lot of folks are just very distraught right now, and I was just thinking about how bad things can sometimes turn into something good. Now, am I saying that anything positive is going to come out of COVID-19, the coronavirus? Yes. Not out of the deaths, obviously. It's a terrible thing that people are dying, people are sick. Gosh, Tom Hanks and his wife, Rita Wilson, they both are sick. Or have the virus. That's terrible. They're national treasures, so obviously we don't want anything bad to happen to them. But on the subject of making something better out of a bad situation, well, how could COVID-19 be a good thing? Well, I'm not saying it can, but hopefully, if nothing else, we learn how to deal with these kind of things better, because they will happen again, as they do. And hopefully this has trained all of us a bit about cleanliness, about washing our hands, about all those things. For instance, something we soapers need to be aware of. So the first thing people look at, see, what's this I'm messing with? This is soap, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But soapers wearing gloves, masks, these sort of things. This seems even more important now, right? But gloves themselves are no cleaner than your bare hands. Let me be very clear about this and what I mean by this. I was at a restaurant recently where a server, this was just before this virus actually came out, and the server was wearing gloves, which on its surface would seem like, wow, what a sanitary thing for a waiter to do. But I saw them wiping tables with those gloves. Then I saw them carrying people's plates with those gloves. Then I saw them scratch their nose with those gloves. Do you get where I'm going here? So unless you're washing your gloves as much as should be washing your hands, gloves are no cleaner than washing your hands for hygiene and cleanliness. So I want to be very clear about that. And I scrub my hands and nails. I really do the best job with hygiene that I possibly can, because it's not only important to me for my own health and cleanliness, but also for those people that I serve. Okay, so what am I doing here? Well, you may remember these that I just made in the previous video. You may remember some of them had chunks out of them. Out of the first ones, I took them out too soon. The others are beautiful, by the way. But I had these, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with them? I'm not going to wash with all of them, and I don't need them in the garden. I've got dozens around. So what I decided to do was just, well, smash them up like so. Now, you could remove this part with the dissolvable paper on it, but it's just going to blend in anyway. It's already dissolved. See, it's almost like ink already there, right? But this is food quality, as I stated before. And then what I'm doing is rolling it out. I put these inside, by the way, these that were damaged, I put these inside a plastic bag so that they would remain soft. And a few days have passed, and it's completely inert and easy to work with. So what I'm doing is I'm rolling this out to use in another soap. I'm going to make something wonderful out of this error, out of this mistake. The mistake being taken out of the mold too soon. And I too get stressed about what's going on in the world. I don't want to negate that fact or to make you feel like you shouldn't be concerned. Of course you should be. We all should be. We should be taking the proper precautions, washing properly, washing our hands properly, and just, carrying antibacterials with you, although this isn't a bacteria, this is a virus, but carrying things like the hand sanitizers with you. If you can get them. I know they're hard to get in a lot of places. Again, I still have some in my Etsy store there, so feel free. But there are things that we can do. Now, it is scary, especially for those of us that are more advanced in years. I fall into that category. Those with pre-existing conditions, those, that have, problems with their respiratory systems, most certainly, because one of the bad sides of this particular virus is that folks can get pneumonia, and that's a bad thing to get. So what I'm doing with this is I'm rolling this out. This is how I'm spending my time. This is how I'm trying to make myself feel better, is just keeping my hands busy. So what I'm doing is just rolling this out into a long log. I'm going to roll it down to about 1 inch, ultimately. And then I'm going to use it as an embed in some loaves of soap. This is scented with the wonderful rosemary that I told you about, the other wonderful essential oils, and it smells fantastic. And this will be a wonderful embed in the soap that I'm making here, which I'm thinking of naming something along the lines of silver lining. Now, is there anything silver here? Not necessarily, but it's more about the concept that behind every dark cloud there is a silver lining. So I may come up with something. We'll see. Is this going to be clouds? Oh, I don't know about that yet. I haven't quite decided what it is. Maybe it's a moon. You probably already know. You've already seen the picture, but at the time I'm making it, I'm not sure what it's going to be. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this all rolled out, and we'll come back and we'll put this all together. So what I've done is I've rolled them out in 2 different sizes, a larger one and a smaller one. And then I'm just going to slice them up into these smaller pieces. And placing them in the mold like so. I'm not sure just what pattern I'm going to use. This is very much, this is very much just a experiment for me. I just wanted to try something different, and it just occurred to me to go with this. And I completely decided to change my plan. This is going to be something different. And I don't even know, and I love that I don't even know what it is that I'm creating. I'm just going to go along here and put this together and just see what I come up with. And then we'll come back in a moment when I finish the mold. All right, so I'm going to start actually getting my lye and my goat milk ready. Whoop. So it's a new day. It's now Saturday the 14th. Why is it the next day? Well, just a lot of stuff's been going on around the property. Weather changes, it's warming up, it's rained a lot, there's a lot of cleanup, and well, I won't go into all the details, but it's just life on a farm. And so let me zoom through this part. You don't need to sit through this boring aspect of it. Okay. That one floated up. Gosh, I hope that's not going to be a problem. Darn. Okay. I don't know. It's getting thick on me, so I'm gonna have to move along here. Oh, I forgot to put my... Oh, no. I forgot. Okay. So what I'm doing now is just placing pieces on the top. I had to take some of the batter off the top because it was just overflowing because I stuck those inserts in incorrectly, late. Yeah, that was a boo-boo. You live, you learn. I live anyway. I don't always learn. I don't know how I forgot that. That was a major part of what I was doing or what I had intended to do, and then I completely forgot. I didn't completely forget, obviously, or I wouldn't have got them in, but I remembered too late. So the top isn't going to have as much variation in size because, well, just I did this all rather quickly and didn't think it out as well as I should have. Well, it doesn't look like there's as much of any variation in the color. I don't think I put enough of the blue clay into the base. It kind of made it kind of a beige color. So we've kind of got a light color on light color. And good thing that I had that dissolvable paper in there because otherwise there would be very little color in this lovely stone soap. So, all right, so let me first of all, let's take a look here. So the ends, you can see the bottom. So the design does go all the way through, at least on all the sides, and that seems to be a success. Now the inside, of course, I forgot as I was pouring to put my embeds in, so I'm not sure what I'm going to end up with here. All right, but whatever it is, we're gonna have fun with it, don't you think? Okay. All right, there's piece one. So in the center, you can see that there is a variation in the color. Look at the difference between these pieces and this. Now this will match this color more as air touches it and starts to dry out, but that's the first piece. And remember, I stuck those pieces in one at a time. So see, if you look on this side, you're going to see the one. This is the end where I stuck all the individual pieces. So let's see how it carries through. I'm very interested to see, because of the way I kind of haphazardly stuck those pieces in. Okay, in this piece we have 2 here. So, okay, let's wait and see what we get. But doesn't this have that appearance of like a rimmed soap? I hope that it retains that. I like that look. It's something just different. Okay, we've still got the 2, and I know there are more here. They may be more at this end. I stuck several in there. All right. But I'm not sure. I'm not quite there yet on what to call this. Maybe it'll come to me as I go along. This was completely sporadic. No planning went into this. I had those leftover pieces of the Rosemary Fantasy and just wanted to see if I could do something with them. Okay, here we get a 3rd piece and starting here. So some more of the pieces are coming in. I really wish I had laid more down at the beginning so it would have been more even. That is, all of this is, like I said, for fun. But on that same token, it's a learning experience, not only for me, but hopefully for some of you too. When you get in too much of a hurry or you're talking on video, we can forget sometimes to do what we're supposed to do. Like me forgetting to put my embeds in on time. If I'd done that, I would have laid them out carefully to make sure there was coverage from end to end. But that didn't happen. So we end up with this, and there's literally nothing down at the bottom because I wasn't able to push them down to the bottom. So that's unfortunate. But I'll do this one again. This was fun. It wasn't hard to do. It was a little time consuming, cutting each of those pieces, but what's that? But what do I have but time? But doesn't this remind you of a stone wall? It does me. Maybe a poorly built stone wall, but a stone wall. What do you think? So, I did want to let you all know, you've probably seen the video by now, but Barry is doing so much better. He's getting up and about, moving around, doing different things. I'm just so happy. Looks like a piece here floated up a bit. I think that was the one I tried to press back down with the dowel, and it was just stubborn and floated up a bit anyway. It sure does smell wonderful. I just love rosemary. Okay, so, well, that's it. So, it just is what it is, as they say, whoever they are. But it sure was fun to put together. What do you think? I really appreciate y'all coming along with me. It's just not the same without you. And I do miss doing daily videos. And I'm really sorry. I've just been really tired. And I talked about this before, and I have followed several people's advice. I'm taking B12. I think I just... Well, I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. I think going through all this with Barry and the virus is kind of depressing, what's going on in the world. And unfortunately, I think just all of it's just got me a little bummed. I'm sure some of you are bummed too. I don't want to bum anyone else out though. I want to cheer you up. I really do. Because when I can make you smile or make you laugh, I feel better. So hopefully this video may not be one to do that, but I certainly do hope you got some enjoyment out of this. It was a lot of fun for me. I know it's not a very colorful soap, but it was certainly a lot of fun to put together, and I really enjoyed it a whole lot. And hey, I learned something, right? Don't get in too big of a hurry because you can end up with mistakes. All right, well, everyone, have a terrific day, and Barry and I will see you back soon. Goodbye.